Noah Boat recently reached out to me, the host behind one of the most epic channels, LoveLiveServe, regarding making a thumbnail. And here's how I got him a 1 out of 10. The video in question here is a part 2 of another video. It's a series of another video that did well recently, so we are just doubling down on what worked. When it comes to thumbnails, if you're doing a series video specifically for series and the original thumbnail did well, I would highly recommend not changing much of it, rather just keep doubling down on those formats, because regular users, regular subscribers of your channel will instantly realize, oh, this is a part 2 of the video because I have seen that thumbnail. I have seen a similar kind of thumbnail on their channel before. It's a part 2. It's going to be a banger because the part 1 was a banger too. New people coming in can just view the thumbnail as is and they will click. And here is how the psychology aspect of this thumbnail works. Now, a good thumbnail can be broken down into three main things: attention, curiosity, and trust. You can nail all these 3 elements and you are bound to make a good thumbnail. But a good thumbnail cannot save a bad video idea. If your video idea is crap, then a thumbnail will not be able to help you. Now, coming to the breakdown, let's look at attention. The first aspect of a thumbnail is attention, and here is how I grabbed attention. Now, why do you need attention in the first place? On the YouTube homepage, there's hundreds of creators and there's hundreds of videos on there, right? You have to compete to get a person's attention, because he will not, or he or she will not stop for your specific video. You're not special, my guy. So you need to make them stop. And that's where attention comes into play. You need to step out from the enormous landfill of YouTube videos and you want to make a person stop. And here's how I did so in this thumbnail. Now, how did I use colors to grab attention? And it is the easiest way for anybody to grab attention, using contrasting colors. Now, do note, this is audience based. You can't just puke rainbow everywhere and expect your video to do well, because my grandpa wouldn't watch a Mr. Beast thumbnail or watch a Mr. Beast's video, purely because Mr. Beast's thumbnails have way too much color in them for a grandpa. My grandpa would want something more simple. So do note, when you're using colors, it should always be linked to the audience. Now, coming back to the thumbnail, here the audience is a mature audience, but it's not super mature. It's between the ages of 16 to 24, and most of them lie in the 18, 19 to 20 age gap. They are mature, but they're not super mature, and neither are they super kids, which watch Mr. Beast content. So, here's how I used red and yellow to grab people's attention, because red and yellow is super bright. If you take a look at the thumbnail, it's going to grab attention purely because it's just popping out. Most users on YouTube are using dark mode, and if you take a look at my home screen here, right here, it's also on dark mode. Now, what can we denote from that? Most users under usually 30 or 40 are using dark mode. Even the older audience is starting to switch to dark mode, but in most cases, I'm guessing you don't have a very old audience. You have a more younger audience. The white background was used to just blast out, because when there's a dark mode in the UI and there's white, the colors are just bound to hurt the eyes and just grab attention. I've used and leveraged the background to grab attention. And that's super good. You can do this too. Just note if it will work for your audience. Always keep the audience in mind. Moving on to trust. Trust can be gained from using people. Humans trust other humans. Humans don't trust AI as much as other humans. We are social beings. So when humans see another human, like over here, they're going to be like, these are humans, what's going on? There's an instant connection established between them, specifically with the faces, because both the faces are looking towards the camera, or at least the guy on the left is looking towards the camera, and that establishes instant connection between the prospect and the person in the thumbnail, and that's good, which gains the trust of the people. You can use this too. This has been done in many thumbnails, as you can see here right now. Now, coming to curiosity. Understand that the video was titled, "Average Guy Finds Out What It's Like to Be a Hot Girl on Tinder." Right? When we look at the thumbnail, when a viewer comes on the homepage, he looks at the thumbnail first, he then reads the title to clarify whatever he had in his mind, and then he decides if he wants to click or not. If he's going to look at the thumbnail right now, he's going to see the facial reaction. That's a click trigger. He's going to see the facial reaction, and he's going to be like, why is the dude smiling? What's making him smile? And then he's going to move to the girl. And he's going to see the hot girl, and he's going to ask, how is it linked? How are these two linked? And then he's going to move to the title, and he's going to be like, damn, this video is interesting, and he's going to move on. Now, this is not to say that the title is irrelevant. It is as important as the thumbnail. So do not give up on the title just because your thumbnail is super, super good. And that's basically a breakdown of how this video was made. We did A/B test the thumbnails, which you can see right here. And well, A/B testing is super important. It's not a necessity, but I would highly recommend testing out different thumbnails purely because you need to know what works better for your audience. The more research you can do on your audience, the more you know about your audience, the easier it is to tailor bangers for that specific audience. If you're looking to just skip out on, understanding the audience and making and ideating thumbnails and making bangers, then the simple solution is sitting right in front of you. I've linked my Calendly below if you want to get banger thumbnails made. Book a call. I'll be waiting for you. Talk to you soon. Mustafa.